About a year ago, we put Plastidip on the front emblem of this GMC Sierra, and it's been the same for that whole time. There hasn't been any issues, but it's getting a little bland. We want to change it up and, you know, maybe spice up the front end a little bit, get a little more attention on it. So I'm going to show you how to remove that Plastidip today. So I'm going to show you if you need any tools or how to remove Plastidip if you've never removed it before. It's super easy, so stick around. I'm going to show you how to do that and just give an updated look on this front end without really any extra effort or extra cost to do this in the first place. So I'm going to pull the truck up, get out of the rain a little bit. If you find these videos helpful, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're going to have a lot more coming, and they're only going to get better from here. And then if you found it really, really helpful, make sure you hit the like button. It really helps the channel out, helps the channel grow, and we're going to get started. So the part of this truck that is Plastidip is just this emblem. It's the outside of the letters and the inside. This has all been Plastidip. It's gone through car washes. It's actually had rain, snow. It's gone through all of it. So it's all Plastidip lasts a long time. I'm just going to dry it off before. Actually, it's not even going to dry very well, but it doesn't really matter if it's wet or dry. Plastidip doesn't really care very much, so we can remove this. Doesn't really matter the condition. I will say it's probably easier if it's above freezing. But for this video, we're going to remove the outside, which is chrome. This underneath here is red. I have videos on doing this two-tone where I leave the inside red and leave this black, and then I also have a video of just painting this whole thing in general. I'll have links to both of those down below. I'll label them, you know, red inside, two-tone, and then just the original Plastidip video, which is actually one of my best videos that have performed so far. I think we're at like 100,000 views or something like that now, so super cool. So we're gonna change this outside back to chrome, leave this black. I think it'll make it pop a little bit more, give a little more of that OEM black decal look. And the reason for it is when you walk out to the truck now, it's just all black. It's kind of bland, kind of need a little bit of contrast. I've never really been a fan of chrome. We'll change it up, why not? It's free. And if I don't like it, just re-Plastidip over the whole thing and put it back to the way it is now. So really no tools, maybe something to scratch it to get started if you don't have a good fingernail that you can use. You can use a dull piece of wood or something that's not going to scratch underneath it, like toothpick or something like that will get it started. But what we're going to do this whole thing in real time. I'm not going to do a bunch of cuts, a bunch of edits. It's really just going to be showing you what it's really like to remove Plastidip. This doesn't matter if you're doing a logo or the paint or the entire vehicle. The removal process is the same. The only thing that you would use extra is like Goo Gone. You can, if you're going to remove the whole area, spray some Goo Gone or peel up a little bit and add some Goo Gone, and that'll help loosen it up. It does make it a bit messier, but it will loosen it up. If you didn't do a heavy enough coat of Plastidip the first time, which I have instructions for, and when you're doing this the first time, how to do it properly. If you don't do a heavy enough coat, this doesn't peel off very nicely, and it makes it much more difficult. So if you added enough coats from the start, this isn't a difficult process. Hopefully I'm not gonna be kicking myself and this will be easy, just like I'm hoping it will be, because I think I did enough coats. I did at least 4 or 5 coats on this. So let's change the angle up a little bit. I'll get you close up and we'll go through this in real time and show you what it's like to remove Plastidip. All right, so let's start with this C here. Remove this outside portion. So I'm just gonna use my nail, do this as basic as I can. It takes a minute to get started, but once you can, essentially you need to get enough peeled to where you can grab it. Let me get a little bit closer in on this and show you how I'm starting this. So you gotta break it, you scratch it with your nail, that'll do it. And then once you have it, you can start peeling it and try it's like a melted trash bag is what it feels like. So the better you can do with keeping this in one big piece, the easier this is going to be. Okay, I'm going to put the camera down so I can use 2 hands again. Okay. So the better you can do with holding it and peeling it, the better off your result is going to be. And as you can see, it comes off in one big piece, and this comes with adding enough coats. You need to add multiple coats when you're applying this, and it makes this process 10 times easier. If you don't want this to be difficult, you need to have enough coats. If you do a single coat, you have to rub this whole thing with your finger, and it's a terrible process. Now you can see it probably got a little thinner down here. Now we're breaking apart, but that whole section came off in one big sheet. So let's keep on rolling with it. we go. Now we're cooking. There. So the one thing about Plastidip is that it responds to edges. So some of this right here, you gotta, if there's a sharp edge, it actually will break, which is a really helpful part of Plastidip because it makes peeling off certain angles really easy. But you're trying to get the whole thing, so you gotta come back and get the rest of that that's up on top. Refocus. And that can be a little trickier. You might need to have something, get something in there that is a little bit skinnier. Finger doesn't quite fit in there. But if you can get it started, you can just peel it and it'll all come off in one big piece too. But I think this is more of a case of it didn't get applied thick enough in here. So we're just gonna simply rub that off and it'll disappear just like that. Yep, just like that. That whole section's gone. Which means I'll probably have to do that on the rest of these sections too. Okay, well, now we're good to go there. Let's finish getting the rest of this C at the bottom. Going a little bit fast, so I'm tearing it unnecessarily. See if we can slow it down a little bit. Even when it's wet, it doesn't matter. You can just gently rub it and it will essentially just fall apart. It's amazing that it doesn't do this in car washes, but it doesn't. It holds together really well. So let's give you a first initial look. Now that it's chrome, it's a little bit smoother and dry it easier. Just wipe off some of the excess stuff. So to start, there's the before and after. I mean, as much as I don't like chrome, it does make the front end of the truck look so much nicer. We'll roll with it for a little while. I'll probably go black again, but you know, it's boring if we keep it all the same. And this is something free you can do. And painting this or Plastidipping it in the first place takes no time at all. Check out the video of how to do that. Super fast and easy. So let's go ahead and do the M here. So again, same thing, just gotta get started. Scratch it until you start getting that undercolor. Sometimes it takes a little bit of working to do. But once you get it, you get it. If anything starts peeling up, you want to keep working that because it's going to be easier in one big sheet instead of having to get it started again later. Oh, look at that. So fast and easy. Close up in here. Yeah, the whole edge comes up. This is the nice part of Plastidip. This is why you use this instead of paint, because if you regretted your decision on whatever color Plastidip you made it, or paint that you made it, you can't do this. And if you vinyl wrapped it, well, this whole process will take a whole lot longer as well. Vinyl will last longer for sure, but you're not going to get it off very easily, or you need a heat gun at least, I believe. I haven't taken it off myself before, but I know the vinyl wraps that I've had on my vehicles before, I would not be trying to take them off by myself. Look how fast and easy that is. It does look a lot more, I don't know, I wouldn't say high end, but it does look just nicer. It's got the clasp back. It's not like a big lifted off-road truck or something. It's just a leveled truck, so it doesn't have that much going for it. So maybe a little bit of chrome might be okay. Any little tiny sections that don't come off in the same deal, just rub it a little bit and it's better. So here we go. And then G, sorry, the M and the C, because I'm learning my alphabets here. But getting closer. So let's get a nice look at the G here. Gotta keep working it. Again, toothpicks are good here. Toothpicks generally won't scratch things underneath. Here we go, we're gonna get both sides started at the same time. See how much of this we can get off in the first go of it. Okay, we're going this way. Whatever side breaks first, you go the other way. Nope. All right, well, still a good chunk. And when you're unwrapping a whole car, I've done that before, and it pretty much goes like this too. You know, eventually you get to pull a sheet off, you know, that takes half the hood off at the same time. But it just comes down to how well you put it on initially. If you do a bad job putting Plastidip on, you're gonna add hours to removing it. Even off of emblems, it's gonna take forever. But do it right the first time, and you'll be a happy camper when it comes time to doing stuff like this. Look at that. This whole thing almost came off in 2 or 3 pieces. Okay, so really, there you go. That's it. That's done. Let's see if there's anything left. There's a little piece right here. That's actually not attached. It's just in there. That's it. So you do a good job putting it on. You can do a good job taking it off. Or sorry, you do an easier job taking it off. Let's take a look. That does look nicer. I say it gives it a little bit of touch of something else versus just black. I don't know. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. We'll give it a shot. I may change my mind 2 minutes from now, because that's usually how messing with cars works. Yeah, but see, I'm not going to change the back. The back of the truck. What do we have going on the back? I think we're all black in the back. Yeah, see, that's okay though. I wouldn't want to change that because we don't have black right behind it. It's already contrast with the silver. I think that looks good, but this front side, we're gonna leave the chrome. Yeah, I think that's cool. It's something, you know, until there's some other fun modifications coming on this channel. I think that's a good alternative to changing things up. So in a nutshell, that's how you remove Plastidip. If it was a little bit more difficult, you add some Goo Gone, but ideally you apply enough Plastidip. I can't say enough. Apply enough Plastidip when you do this the first time so you can peel it off just like that, and you'll be left with essentially, it looks like electrical tape or a trash bag that's been shredded in pieces, and that's what you're left with, and you just toss in the trash when you're done. So that's, I think that took about 8 minutes or so, if I was looking at the timer correctly when we were recording this. So 8 minutes, you can change the whole look of your front end, or peel a whole hood off the truck. I think that might take 10 or 15 minutes if you did a good job applying it and you're pulling it from non-edgy surfaces. So anyways, if you found this helpful, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you like the chrome? Do you like the red in the middle? Or do you like flip-flop this, or just all black? Just let me know what you think. Was this worth the change? Worth the whole 8 minutes it took to change the whole look at the front of the truck? And if you have any other suggestions or questions, make sure you leave them down below. We will definitely be making some videos here soon on some comments that were left on some previous videos. And there's a day in the life request that we'll be making soon. As soon as I get, I'm gonna figure out how to film that one the best way possible so it's still entertaining. So, but anyways, we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.